You ask your own press conferences, ask your own questions at this press conference.
Were you pleased with that tonight?
Yeah, I was pleased with it.
What impressed you the most?
Oh, the way we kept them out of the game for most of the game. Yeah, just not something I think we've been good enough at. So I thought tonight, except the last 7 or 8 minutes coming into half time. But I thought before that and after that we're pretty good at
restoring that 14-point lead or getting back out to a 14-point lead early in the second half with a couple of penalty goals. The message you gave them at half time? Oh,
well, I didn't have to give them at half time. They knew what our goal was tonight, how we wanted to play, and they did it for 35 minutes, 33 minutes probably really good, and then we came back out second half and started it all over again, which you have to in the second half, and we stayed at it for 40 minutes.
Different style of win from last week.
Yeah, it was different. It was a different type of game.
To these 2 wins in a row now, and with the Roosters going, give you confidence heading into the playoffs?
Well, we're doing things right, a lot more things right than we're doing wrong. When we were going through a bit of a tough streak, it's always the reverse. You're not playing well and not doing things that you want to do. So, of course, you get confidence out of doing that. So, I couldn't be much happier going into where we've got to go now. The Roosters on the week on Thursday night, and then into the semi-finals.
Just a thought waiting on Cameron Murray, who seems to be going from strength to strength this year.
Yeah, well, he's he's not only good, but he's also consistent. He puts in a performance every week. Can't think of any bad performances he's had. I think he might have had one 2 weeks ago, actually. By his standards, but that wasn't a bad one by most people's standards, but by his it was. But yeah, we all know what he's got, and he brings it each week, and he was really good tonight.
What did you expect from the Warriors tonight, considering the season?
Yeah, good point. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really know. They had nothing to play for, but they were playing home. It was the last game of the season at home for them, so they wouldn't have been happy with the result last week. Well, I thought they played pretty good first half. I thought they really muscled up in defence and had a lot of pluses going for them. But they fall into lapses that teams that aren't in the top group of teams do. That's the modus operandi of these teams that aren't contesting the playoffs, that type of stuff. They'll play good for a period of time, and then they'll lose it for 10 minutes, and they'll come back and play good again.
It looks like it might be another rebuild here. What advice would you?
Pardon?
Looks like they're heading for another rebuild here. What advice would you give to Steve?
I've got no advice to give you. You've got good staff here, you've got good people here. They'll work it out.
Have you seen Cody Nicarima adjust to time over here?
Look, it's a tough thing to leave a club in the early part of the season into a season. The biggest thing we do with our players is have good pre-seasons, and when they're there with you. Jaden Sewer's going to be a lot better player than he showed here tonight, and he struggled with coming halfway through the season to us and not being around the boys long enough. So Cody's in the same. I've been watching Cody. I really rate Cody highly, and I was sorry he left the Broncos, but he'll deliver the goods for you.
What was behind your move of Campbell Graham to the centres for this game? And do you think he's
just out of players, mate? We just run out of players that can play positions. He is a centre, but we lost James Roberts. We've got Braden Burns has been out. He won't come back this year. So we're 2 centres down, and we put our wingers in the centres, and we brought Alex Johnson in his first game back today, but he hasn't played for nearly 4 months. So I was happy to put him on the wing, and Adam Dewey was there, of course, playing fullback. He's done a good job for us. So yeah, it's more out of necessity than some great move by the coach.
Given Campbell's performance tonight, could he potentially stay there?
Yeah, well, we've got to get through next week without James Roberts, so that's a decision I've got to make, and probably, he was very good tonight, so yeah, he'll get more confidence. He'll get confidence out of that.
And one just on Damien Cook, how do you think he keeps standing out, even though there's more and more focus on him and teams are trying to shut him down and target him?
Well, he's got good players around him. That's what helps him. I mean, if you want to watch Damien all night, well, someone else is going to create a bit of havoc in the halves, or Cam Murray, what you've seen what he did tonight, So, and Sam's back now, and Sam's one of the best, most devastating forwards in the game. So, that's what you want in your team. You want all different points of attack and all different players that can bring different stuff. So they just can't close Cam down. And I think that's Damien down, and I think that's that's the key to it, and that's what makes him so good. You know, I mean, remember early in the game when Sam was pretty fresh, and it's like he had 2 or 3 wonderful play the ball, Sam, and Damien got on the back of those, and then Cam Murray's got a good play the ball, Liam Knight's got a good play the ball, and so he can play off the back of that.